You were pushed from behind, making you land on the cold floor with a thud. Your hands were bound behind your back, and then a cold, rough tattoo down held your jaw, forcing you to look into his eyes. The eyes, which always showed love, spitted pure hatred and vengeance. And in this dirty play of revenge, you were burned into ashes. The day which was supposed to be the best day of your life turned to be a nightmare. And in the corner, you saw the lifeless body of your father, who was your only family, and the one who was in front of you, whom you considered as your lifeline, turned out to be the poison in your life. And there weren't any glimpse of guilt in those brown orbs. His grip tightened around your jaw and his lips curved into a sinister smile. Jungkook, you don't even realize the amount of satisfaction I'm feeling seeing you this vulnerable. Still, no words came out of you. You just kept staring at him. Mr. Kim, happy birthday, princess. Why, thank you, Dad. Mr. Kim, is he coming? Why, yes. A shy smile appeared on her cheeks as today she was going to introduce her boyfriend to her father. But little did she know that her life was going to take a complete unexpected turn. Gunshots were heard all over the hall, caught her off guard, and there he was, dressed in all black. Her gaze moved towards her right hand, pointing directly at her father, and the next second, bright red color liquid was splashed all over her face, and looking down, she saw her father fighting to breathe in his pool of blood. Rushing to go towards her father, she was held back with an iron grip, bruising her wrists, and there he was, with a sinister smirk, enjoying each and every moment that was unfolding in front of him. Why, Jungkook? Jungkook. Ah, not yet, princess. Mr. Kim. Jungkook. Oh, you recognized me so precisely, father-in-law. Moving his gaze back to you, he spoke. Oh, sorry, princess. You may not be able to understand what's happening, right? Pulling you towards him with his grip becoming more painful and brutal. His lips near your ear, he spoke with poison in his tone. Happy birthday, princess. Jungkook, what are you doing? Suddenly he held your hair, forcing you to look towards him. Jungkook, just playing with you for my vicious revenge. Why? What? Mr. Kim, leave my daughter, you bastard. Jungkook, not yet, father-in-law. Not till I see the same pain in your eyes which you caused me. I'll make you remember every bit of it. Mr. Kim, please. His sinister laughter filled all over the hall, and he spoke. I begged you in the same way to leave my parents, right? But what you did, you burned them in front of my eyes. Your eyes became wide, hearing the piece of information. Looking down at your dad, in his eyes, you begged in your mind. That wasn't the truth. But he lowered his eyes in shame, making your heart drop. Mr. Kim, please leave my daughter. I'll give you everything. She's innocent. Jungkook. That's the point. I'll take away the one thing that you loved so dearly. And yes, you're right. Trailing his gun on your face with his right hand, while his other hand still gripping your hair. She's so innocent to fall madly in love with me. But don't worry, I'll give her the best life she deserves after your death. Looking at you. Okay, sweetheart? But before that, pulling your hands while he stood behind you and made you hold the gun and pointed at Mr. Kim. Why? No, no, please, Jungkook. No, please don't. You tried to get out of his grip, but he was much stronger. It's okay, princess. Look, it's so simple. Why? No, no, please. Please leave my dad. Jungkook, do you want me to leave him? You nodded vigorously. Yes. Okay, let me leave him in hell. He made you pull the trigger, making the bullet pierce through your father. He left you, made you fall on the ground, crawling towards the dead body of your dad. You held his face, making you scream in pain. Why, Dad, please. You cried holding him. Jungkook, now that's enough. Let's get you ready. Your eyes turned red, moving towards him. You held his collar. Why? Why? Why you did that, you bastard? It's just a trailer, darling. I'm gonna make your life a living hell. I'm gonna perish his whole bloodline. That's how my revenge is gonna end. Jungkook, holding your wrist, he detached himself from your grip. Anna. Get her ready. She should look presentable in front of her buyers. You looked at him horrified, but no words came out of you. Yes, sir. She dragged you away to get you changed. Alex, I never knew the Mafia King, Jungkook, could have a deal with me. Jungkook, revenge makes people blind, Alex. You looked around to look at others, who, once you consider your own brothers, but every time seeing their faces with no remorse, made your heart bleed more. Alice stood in front of you, holding your jaw with a smirk. She's really beautiful. He trailed his fingers on your face. Stopping at your lips, he brushed his thumb over it, making you feel disgusted. But behind the covers, there was a tattooed fist gripping hard, not to lose control. Alex's man held you, taking you with them, while you gave a last glance at the brown orbs, looking only at you. You were pushed into a cell where you were not alone. There were thousands like you, devoid of any emotion. Their eyes were spitting the misery they have been through, from both physical and mental abuse. Alex, Bella, she's a jackpot. You are going to make a good sum of money. Bella, wow, she's really beautiful. Alex, she's the ex-girlfriend of the great Jungkook. Bella, what? Train her well. She is very precious. And yes, get her ready for tonight. I want to have her. Bella, of course, sir. What a pretty face, but what a fate. But don't worry, we'll find a very rich buyer for you, okay? You didn't spoke, but looked directly into her eyes. Her grip loosened by the intensity of your gaze, where there was something taped on those dark brown galaxy, giving her an unknown threat. She left you locked in the cell with the other girls. As someone said before, in your life, you can either be the predator or the prey. And in here, she was definitely not the one who was going to get hunted. Hey, you okay? My name is Leah. I know what you're going through, but you have to accept this reality if you want to survive. You heard a small crying from the corner of the room, and there was a little girl, maybe 5 or 6 years old. Why? Hey, sweetie. She looked up with her swollen eyes, slag marks on her cheeks. I want my mama. You felt a pang on your heart. She was just a child. Vaya, Yoni will take you to your mama, okay? Little girl, Pinky promise? Vaya, I promise. Stop giving her fake hopes. You know it's not possible. You hugged the child more close to your chest. A lonely tear left your eyes, remembering the series of events that took in a single day. Bella, hey you, the new girl, come here. I have to get you ready. She held your arms, pulling you, but the little girl was still hugging you. Sarah, leave her. But she was still not leaving you. You bitch. She was about to pull her hair, but a strong grip stopped her in midway. How dare you stop me? You felt a sharp pain on your cheeks, making you leave her wrist, and you fall on the ground with a thud. She pulled you while gripping your hair. What do you think of yourself, huh? Mafia queen? I am the head here. You follow my orders. Got it? Vayan. Yes. No, come. You have a long night left. You were staring blankly at the ceiling, your hands being cuffed with chains, and your mind rewinding his words, his betrayal, and the death of your father. But your chain of thoughts got interrupted with the opening of the door. Alex, wow, you look so beautiful. Your heart thumping with fear as you knew what his intentions were. Please. Alex, and more beautiful when you're helpless. Vayan, please, please leave me. He came near your neck, inhaling your scent like a hyena, but his sense of smell wasn't good enough to sense the danger awaiting him. Alex, what was your name again? Vayan. Jeon Vayan. His blood ran cold. Within a split of seconds, he heard the unlocking of the cuff. Without even getting the time to process, a hard punch landed directly on his nose, followed by a kick between his legs. He fell off the bed, groaning in pain. He looked up with his bleeding nose. And there she was, sitting with her legs crossed while smoothly caressing the gun in her hands like a queen indeed. Well, language. You're talking to the Mafia queen and also the wife of Jungkook. Alex. Guards. Guards. How pathetic. Darling, this room is soundproof, isn't it? Alex. How? Why? How? We made a trap and you just fell directly into it. That's it. Jungkook. No, you won't. Vayan. Cook. As I've never revealed my face before, nobody's gonna recognize me. It's a very risky mission, Peach. Day. But she have a point, Jungkook. Whom? You too? Alex is very cunning, and even at the slightest possibility, he felt any danger, he would flew away, and we would never be able to rescue those girls. Jungkook, what's the plan? We will set up a play that you are with Vayan only for revenge, and you will get her into Alet's place in that name so we can execute our plan. Jungkook, okay. Strong, veiny tattooed arms wrapped around your waist from behind, inhaling your scent, while you turned around and embraced him in your arms. I'm going to be fine, Cook. Jungkook, you better be. I don't want to see a single scratch on you. Vayan. Oh, hello, Mr. Mafia. What about you when you come home covered in bruises? What if I say I do it on purpose? Ouch, ouch, baby, leave my ears. You left him, glaring at him. Okay, okay, Angry Bird. I won't repeat it ever after. Vayan. You have been getting yourself hurt just to get treated by me? Jungkook, I'm sorry, Jagya. You started walking but got pulled back by him. You tried to get rid of his hold but couldn't win against the muscle bunny. Are you still angry? Vayan, yes. You pushed him with a smile lingering on your lips. Vayan, I hate you. Jungkook, I love you too, Peach. Soon, the door swung open with Alex's guards. You started fighting, taking them down, but still, you were one and they were 20. But soon more gunshots echoed all over the place as Jungkook approached you with more men. And soon, Alex and his men were lying down. And in the chaos, an irritating yell came across your ears, and there stood Bella, restrained by your guards. A smirk formed on your lips, seeing her in front of you. A sharp slap landed on her cheeks, which made her processes to land on the ground. Vayan, I'm going to make you suffer the same pain which you caused them. Didn't you ask me, am I the Mafia Queen? Yes, I am. You left her and turned to the girls who are with Anna. You knelt in front of Sarah. We are going to take you back to your mama. Soon she jumped on you, crying her heart out, which made your own to shed tears. At this very young age, the little angel had feared something beyond cruelty, and the only thing she could provide her was hope and courage. Not just her, but to all those girls that it was just a bad chapter in their life and it's not the end. And ahead, there are many more chapters to uncover, to heal their wounds. And there he was watching her with warmth in his heart. Everything was settled, but then you saw Alice getting out of the hold of the guards and took the gun, pointing at Jungkook. You felt pain as you stir awake. The gunshot wound on the side of the stomach burns. You forced your eyes to open. Blinking, you turned to look around the surrounding. And there he was. Standing near the window, facing his back to you. his broad shoulder tense, his shirt rolled to the elbow with few buttons undone, and the white shirt was drenched in blood, not his, but yours. You didn't want to see his face to know he was furious. Why? Cook. Jungkook, what the hell were you thinking? Why? I. In a split of seconds, he was in front of you, his hands gripping the bed frame, caging you in his hold, where his dark gaze was making hole in you, looking so furious, keeping himself restrained from tearing something or someone. You threw yourself on me. You took that bullet for me. Why? I wasn't going to let you die. So you were gonna die instead? Vayan. It was instant, Jungkook, running his hands through his hair, pacing back and forth. You almost got yourself killed, Peach, and there I had to sit and watch you bleed in my arms. His voice dropped low at the end. I couldn't let you die, Jungkook, and I want you alive. Silence spread through his surrounding, his fist clenched and body shaking with fury. But deep down his tough exterior, she could see the fear in those furious eyes. Fear of losing. Fear of losing the only reason to live. Her. Why? Cook, I'm here. But still furious, then with a sharp exhale, he took you in his arms, burying his face in the crook of your neck, where his body still trembling. Don't do that again. Why? I can't promise. Pulls back, his lips inches away from you, feeling his hot breath fanning you. Then I'll lock you away myself, chain you to the bed if I have to. Why? You wouldn't. Jungkook, his fingers gripping your chin, forcing you to look at him. Try me. He crashed his lips onto yours, his kiss bruising, punishing, furious, desperate, and claiming. It was a silent punishment for scaring the hell out of him. His hand brushed through your hairs, gripping it, holding you in place, and then he pulled out. Both breathing heavily, he rested his forehead on yours. Jungkook, please don't try that again. I can't breathe without you. Laying beside you, he took you whole in his arms, where you buried yourself in his chest, slipping to your deep slumber, where he was still awake, chanting in his mind, "She is safe. She's in my arms." Where, in the dark basement of the Jeon mansion, there was someone pleading for mercy, but little did he know, no one would get an easy death after hurting his wife.